Hey, it's Jim from Save on Things to Do. Going to do a little different video today. Going to actually give this one a title. We're going to call this one, Do You Want to Save Your Local Schools? This video will be posted on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. In this video, I just want to kind of give you guys a feel for who we are as a company at SaveOnThingsToDo.com. What our goals are, what our missions are, and how we can be impactful and actually do something that, from my digging around the internet, I haven't seen anyone doing, and that is to actually help schools raise revenue at no cost to the schools to help them with their budgets. So the first question that I'm sure you have is, Jim, why is there a SaveOnThingsToDo.com? The reason why there's a SaveOnThingsToDo.com is that we were looking around our local community and we noticed that there were three main parts to the local community. Now, there are other parts as well, but these are the three main parts that really dictate the attitude and the overall sense of what that community is. And those three things are the local schools, the local businesses, and the residents. And we know that if the local schools are able to make budget and to be able to do everything that they like to do, that the businesses are profitable and are growing within that community, and that the residents can live and afford living in that community with extra money to take vacations and those types of things. That if all those three elements are met, that you have a striving community. And so our goal is to help communities get to that point. So next question is going to be, well, Jim, how do you do this? Well, I'm going to take you back a little bit to give you a history about myself and how this concept came to be. So when I was working for a local gym in the area that I lived in, I was selling gym memberships. And what I learned was that I could go to an apartment complex. There was one not too far away from where I was working at the gym that I was working at. And I was talking with the manager there, and the local pizza place came in and was setting up. It was like a Tuesday evening. And I asked her what they were doing, and she told me that was ABC Pizza, and they come out every Tuesday night, and they give a special on pizzas for the residents here. They can just walk up and get a pizza. And I asked, hey, would it be okay if I sat with the pizza guy and gave out free 1 week workouts at our gym that was across the street? She said, sure. So I sat there and I gave out coupons, and I bet you I gave out 20 or 30. And I bet I signed up about 2 to 3 people for memberships. And what I learned from that experience was I was in the area that I needed to be in, talking to people who would actually go to the gym that I was at and could use what the gym had to offer in a focused audience, in a focused number. Now, the complex that I was at had over 100 units. So guess what I started doing? That's right, I started working with apartment complexes. And every complex I went to, I would sign up at least 2 members for an hour or 2 that I was there, which was better than my ratio was at the actual gym. I learned that those complexes had a built-in audience that they had naturally built based on their business. So, Jim, what does that have to do with helping schools raise revenue? Well, how that helps is that we know that a school from kindergarten to 12th grade can have anywhere from as little as 12,000 or less up to 10,000 students. Which means that that's how many parents you also have as well, and families involved. So the school district has a built-in audience that they have not tapped into. And so what we want to do is we want to help schools change their perception that the residents and the businesses have of them. So right now, as a business owner, if I had a business in an area, I would look at a school as a tax write-off. That's how I would view a school. But what if the school developed a web page and a YouTube channel specific for the community, where businesses could put advertisements and coupons on the webpage, the community webpage, and be able to put advertisements on the local YouTube station or YouTube channel for the community. I know, and I'm sure a lot of you know, people within your community that will purchase just because it supports the schools. From my personal studies, I would say anywhere between 10 and 20% of the families that are in the district that you're in would shop and support those that support the school districts. That's why the schools go around and they sell cupcakes and pies and do all these types of things, because there is support from within the community to help the school with band camp or with a trip to DC or any of those types of things. Will it fill some of the gaps from the lack of funding that they're getting from the state? Maybe, maybe not. We sign businesses up, and actually the school district does it. The PTAs and the boosters and the district itself create partnerships with the businesses. This is the concept. The businesses now have access to an audience that they've never really had access to, or very difficult to get access to. And when they have gotten access to it, it was very, very limited. The school board gets 33% of the monthly payment that each business pays to be on the website. If the school boards get enough, if the schools get enough businesses signed up, we believe we can get the schools up to at least $2,000 of passive revenue each month. So they sign up a business. Every month that business is a part of the program, every month that they pay, the school gets a third of what they pay per month. That means that it doesn't affect any other fundraisers. It doesn't affect anything else that they do throughout the whole year. We get them up to $2,000 a month. That means they're making $24,000 a year from the webpage and then from the YouTube channel that they have. What's in it for the businesses? Well, again, we know that 10 to 20% of the people there, very first month that it launches, they're going to go on to that website, probably more. Oh, by the way, the website's open to the whole community, so you don't have to be a parent or affiliated with the school to obtain the benefits and the coupons that are there from the local businesses. And what we've been shown, we believe that 10 to 20% of the families that are in the school district will download the coupons and actually use them in the local shops and eateries. So let's use an example. Let's say that you're a part of a school district. Let's say that it is 1,000 from kindergarten to 12th grade. You have 1,000 kids within that district. Okay, 10% is 100 people. 10% downloads a pizzeria coupon and uses it in the month. If the pizzeria average cost after the discounted coupon is $25, that means they've made $2,500 in addition to what they would have done. That's going to be $30,000 a year. That's added to their bottom line based on their advertising with the website and the YouTube page. Now keep in mind, my numbers are very conservative, very, very conservative, but I'm going worst case scenario here. So let me ask the businesses a question. If you can add $30,000 a year to your bottom line as a pizza store, as a candy store, as a local clothing store, is that a good investment? I would say that it is. Plus all the marketing opportunities that you have through the YouTube channel, which I will talk about here in just a few minutes on how the school can use that to benefit itself. Hey Jim, that sounds great. That's raising revenue for the schools. That's helping businesses. That's not the end of the story. So 3 and 4 months, this takes place. 3 and 4 months, the businesses see an increase over last year's numbers. They're growing. People are coming in. Footsteps are increasing month after month. One of the opportunities that I see that the school has is that they can now, I believe, start something of a social media club or a class. And they can teach the kids how to edit, how to work a camera, where the mic should be, how to do interviews. All that can be taught during this club or class, however the school decides to do it. Because you have 3 or 4 months of positive feedback from the businesses, you've helped increase their sales, you've helped have an impact on their bottom line. You now have the right to go to the businesses and say, hey, we would like to raise $3,000 because we want to purchase cameras, we want to purchase lighting, we want to purchase microphones, because what we want to do is we want to go out and have our students do interviews with the local businesses that are on our community page. Ask the businesses who they are, what they do, why they do it, how they do it. And those will be put up onto the YouTube channel at no additional cost to those businesses a part of that. Also, we want to come in and learn how to make pizzas. Again, for the students to learn how to do that type of work with cameras and social media, basically. I would be hard-pressed to find businesses that, if they're going to benefit like that, to say no, they're not going to donate. As a matter of fact, they probably will, and they will probably make sure that the school gets that equipment absolutely free because of the return on investment. Now, if I'm a local social media advertising agency, I'm seeing what's going on in the community. I am aware of it, by the way, because that's my business. I may come into the school and say, hey, if you announce or allow me to say I'm the one helping these students learn how to do this and doing these interviews, and promote me with just one sentence in the video, I would be more than happy to come in and teach your students how to do this once a week, twice a week, whatever the agreement is. Now the schools have an additional program where they've got people volunteering to help teach the students these specific skills. You have businesses that are going to donate money for the equipment so that the students can learn how to do these types of things. And it's at zero cost to the school. I don't know about you, I call that value. And I'm using that just as an example because there are other examples that can be done. A local mechanic from a local garage can come in, rebuild a transmission. Again, you film it. Maybe it's a 4 or 5 half-hour series or 4 or 5 15-minute series, or however the school decides and the club decides to set that up. Now you've got a mechanic to come in and teach the students how they redo a transmission or whatever it is on a car. You have students there learning how to film that, and you're offering free advertising for the business. So the business is going to get free advertising on the YouTube channel, where the community gets to watch now what the school is producing. They get to see what their children are learning. Maybe you do a promotional thing in home economics where they work out a local hamburger shop, special hamburger. Or, like I said, in shop class, maybe a local welder comes in and teaches the students how to make a certain weld. Or maybe a business marketing person comes in and teaches them how to market. Those specialty type things that the community can now come into the school and teach the students. It's no cost to the school. It gives the businesses, again, a chance to advertise, get their names out there, become known to the community. And now the residents are seeing what the investment that they're making in the schools are really going to. And it really sheds some great light onto the schools. This is what SaveOnThingsToDo.com is all about. These are the types of things that we want to help local school districts do. Now the next question is going to be, well, Jim, a local school district, they can do a website, right? They can do their own YouTube channel. Why would they work with you? Well, number one is going to be the obvious. We're going to take care of all the back end stuff. Okay, we're going to take care of the YouTube page. We're going to make sure everything goes up there, make sure it's all done professionally. The web page, again, businesses are going to send us their coupons, not the school district. It's not going to be any hassle for them. We're going to make sure that that's all updated and taken care of for the schools. No cost to the schools. They don't have to pay for anyone to do that. They don't have to worry about any of that. All they got to do is go on there, take a look at it, and let us know if there's any changes that they'd like to make or they think would benefit the page above what we're doing. Number two, though, is that we're going to be working with multiple school districts. Well, what does that mean? That means that we're going to be creating an audience of, let's say, 1,000, 2,000 in one district, or 1 or 2,000 in another, 1 or 2,000 in another, 1 or 2,000 in another, 1 or 2,000 in another. As we add districts on and setting these things up to help them, Save on Things to Do is creating a global audience. What does that mean? That means that we're going to get more attention. We're going to bring more attention to your districts. We're going to bring more attention to your YouTube pages, to the views. That's exactly what that means. That means that if your local businesses are growing and they want to do a second location in an area that's not there, that because they're paying that monthly fee, they can be added to the community page of where they're going, because they have a location there. And they can promote that location within that community, knowing that whatever they bring out to advertise, it's going to affect both locations. So it gives that flexibility that businesses want to have so that they can promote 2, 3, 4 different locations. And they're not paying any additional charge for that. So the businesses are growing. The school is obtaining revenue on a consistent basis that doesn't interfere with anything else. It's also changing the perception of the businesses and the community. As a resident, I'm watching the YouTube station and I'm seeing all the things that the school is doing. I'm also seeing the size of the community page, knowing that they're getting 1/3 of the monthly fees. When it's time for the school to ask for a levy, and I'm seeing the levy, I can see where the school is making the effort to not ask for a levy. I'm seeing the product of what the school is producing, even if I don't have any children. And guess what? The school is now becoming a better return on my investment now. As a business, bottom line is increasing. I'm able to get out into the community more, touch more people in the community. The school is no longer just a tax deduction, although that is a nice thing. I can donate to the school as well and get a tax deduction on top of all the other benefits that I'm getting from the school. Now the school is a partner. So now when the school goes out and asks or says, hey, we want to do this, I think you're going to find that the school is going to gain more support. I would support you more as a resident, and I definitely would support you more as a business. I'm also, as a resident, going to be more aware of local businesses in my area, because now I've got a community page that's there that tells me those things. I get a coupon. I may try out that little thrift store down there now. Let me go in. I'm going to save $3, $5 off of my purchase. Let me go and see what they're all about. Take a look at what they have. And if I got a $5 savings, I'll probably buy something. I'll probably spend some money. Thanks to the community page that SaveOnThingsToDo.com has helped those schools create. That is the premise of what SaveOnThingsToDo.com is in a nutshell. That is the goal that we have to build in your community. So what do you think? Do you want to save your school? School administrators, have any questions about anything that we've talked about? I've kind of given that 5,000 foot view. We can go into more specific details on how we accomplish these things. You can leave a comment here. You can IM me. You can DM me. You can email me at saveonthingstodo@gmail.com. That is saveonthingstodo@gmail.com. Let me know what we've missed. If you have any questions, we're here to help. We're here to guide. We know as a business that this will work. It will help build relationships, which will help benefit the community. It will help benefit the schools, and it will help benefit the businesses. It's a win-win-win situation. And by doing so, you will have strong community. Because that's what we're here to do, to help you build unity in your community. Hey, I hope this video helps. Any suggestions, put them in the comments. Email me. Would love to hear from you. Give me 15 to 20 minutes. Would love to go into depth more about what we've talked about. And remember, save on things to do.